Tip my hat to the real ones. That's right. Don't forget to subscribe to the page. Hit the like button. What's up, Tim? I see you. New student, I see you too. Jamil, what's the deal? Yeah, it's time to get it in, brother. It's time to get it in. It's time to do the work, brother. Time to do the work. Stephon Marbury stood up and said, enough's enough. People are tired of Stephen A. Smith and his acts. The people have grown tired. It's childish. Move on. You're an overgrown man who's paid over $8 million a year to sit there and not give any sports insight whatsoever. You generalize everything, but act as if you're better than anybody that's sitting at home on the internet. Just because you got to wear a suit and they got a makeup crew and put the light and cameras on you, don't make you better than somebody else that's sitting at home or the person that's actually out there doing it. You crucify those who you think have no protection. That's a bully. Remember when you were in 4th grade and the kids were bullying you? I told you, either you end up the one protecting bullies or you grow up long enough to become the bully. You've grown up to become the bully. You couldn't read well. You had a 4th grade reading level when you was in like 7th or 8th grade. They laughed at you. So you started reading the encyclopedia, reading the dictionary, and trying to improve your diction. Because you got teased and bullied in your own neighborhood. And now you're out here extracting the same things that you couldn't stand, that you hated. And thank y'all for hitting the like button coming through the door too. I didn't even have to say it. But you guys who kept extracting all of those things, the indifferences, now you're taking the opportunity to lash out at the world. Stuart Scott never did that, brother. Because you claim that's who paved the way for you. Stuart Scott never did that, brother. Rest in peace to the great Stuart Scott. He was great at what he did. And he didn't have to do what you do. He didn't have to be phony and pretend. He just had to be him. Don't blame YouTube for that. I think that was a dead spot. I think that area is a dead spot. Every time I hit it, it normally does the same thing. So I can't blame YouTube for that one. Spot. So that's what happens when you hit a dead spot. And all this stuff. He was the one that was doing all of this dirt behind the scenes. His claim to fame and how Stephen A. came into prominence when he was writing in Philadelphia, covering the 76ers. He just happened to cover the 76ers during Allen Iverson's reign. You came in during the reign of Allen Iverson, and you rode Allen Iverson's coattail all the way. Then when you got on, you turned around and turned on Allen Iverson. Then tried to turn around and kiss his ass. Allen Iverson came and did your show when the ratings was bad on that Quite Frankly show. It's my house, but you're welcome anytime. And ESPN pulled your plug on your show when you tried to tell them what was what, and they showed you what was what. You had Allen Iverson on there. And you turned on Allen Iverson. And it pissed him off because he knew he went above and beyond for you. And the way you turned on him. Then you're going to sit down and do that sit-down interview to try to kiss up. See, you do all that kiss up behind the scenes, but get on TV, tired of watching it. Whenever they, I'm going to respond. Yeah. Tune in. Yeah. I got a lot to say. Stephon Marbury, I heard you. All through Stephon Marbury's career when he was with the Knicks, you piled on because everybody else was doing it. So you said, oh, let me dump in harder. Anytime somebody was there, Kenyon Martin, you dumped on Kenyon Martin. You dump on anybody you felt. So it ain't just Kwame Brown. You dump all of them. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. No, Shannon comes from an analytical standpoint. He'll have an opinion, but he'll at least give you analyticals. Stephen A. is straight generalizations and BS. Because he knows the average public don't care. They only care what he says. They don't care about analytics or the stats or how the actual matchup, what they actually did to win the game, or how the actual matchup, what they actually did to win the game. What was the turning point? What's things, information, real information about what actually happened. And this is why the Nigerian basketball, they were insulted by what happened. Because they're like, wow, I can't believe this is American journalism. Because they don't know the difference. They think if you're on TV, you're a journalist. Because if you'd have did this in Nigeria, somebody with a machete would have came on the set and chopped you up. They don't play. You had a bunch of people out there barefooted with machetes out there trying to chop you up. Because you didn't disrespect, you gotta be telling the truth. They're just not used to people just saying stuff. No, man, I was just saying stuff. Like, huh? What does he mean? I don't understand. You insult me. You lie. So I must take your hand. Like, what is this? I get his hand, right? He lied. They're like, no, we don't do that kind of stuff. What? So they don't understand. They don't understand. That's true, Green Eye. But I'm trying to say is they don't understand the weight and the gravity of what they're doing. Now, if this person was a bad person, they done bad, then tell about what bad they did. But when you're kissing up for certain people, propaganda pieces because this is what they want you to do, it's not what you truly feel, then I have a problem with that. Yeah, if somebody want a butt kiss, there's the butt. Go on and kiss it. Kiss it, kiss it, kiss it, kiss it, kiss it. See, the real keep rocking on. Fake people do what they can. Now, Stephon Marbury called him out because all these other dudes are scared. All these other former players don't want to do it because they got relationships. They got businesses. They can't be out there. They can't stick up for their brother Kyrie. So a lot of people feel like Kyrie feel, but they can't say nothing. So Stephon Marbury is like, look, I can say what I want. I'm a grown man. So he said how he felt. His story should go down in history because Stephon Marbury is the one that bridged the gap with China and the NBA. Yao Ming did a great job, but those situations wouldn't have transpired the way it did without Stephon Marbury coming over there and maybe being a hit. A guy who's not born in China has a statue of him built in front of the stadium. They honor him in China more than we would here in the United States. A kid from Coney Island gets more love in another country than here. Why is that? My buddy is black, traveled the world and said, man, I get more love outside of the country, everywhere I go, except for where I live. I couldn't do nothing but honor that. He's like, I was in Italy and got love and more respect than I do in my own country. How crazy is that? Germany is love. Well, of course, because see, you got to remember, a lot of the military was over there during the war in Germany. And that's when they had a lot of money back then because they was paid to be stationed over there. They was making a lot of money, and the American dollar compared to Germany was really cheap. So they were driving around, all the taxis were Mercedes. So you were balling out. You had money, you can go anywhere and kick it just off $100 back then. So they had all the women, all these doggone white German women, and that's when all those babies was born. And they ended up coming back home to the United States, and then the babies were still over there in Germany. That's why they called the war babies. All those mixed kids that was over in Germany that they left behind. Some guys actually stayed. Some of the brothers stayed. Like, man, this is my new family, man. I'm staying. Dudes are just over there popping babies, living over there till it was time for them to go back home. All right, gotta leave. Bye, kids. All right. Don't write me. I got a family back home. So that's a history lesson for a whole nother day. Yeah, so that's the thing. So back then in the war area, you got a Mercedes, you know. You wasn't riding a Mercedes here in the United States. So you was living the life. But now the American dollar and German dollar is almost even. Because the American dollar has lost a lot of its value. And all the other countries' dollars, the wealth has went up. So it's almost like then, it was like 3-1 almost. So you can live like a king. It's just like you can go to like Colombia and take some money down there and live like a king. If you was down there, you could stay at the expensive suites, everything. They love American men. In Brazil, all those countries like that, oh man, you can make a killing. You can have a lot of fun. And that's today. Now back to Stephen A. Smith. So when he did what he did to Kwame Brown, what he did to Stephon Marbury, and all the countless others that he's done this to, we all are sitting around telling ourselves, man, this is not good. You know, like, when is somebody gonna say something? When is somebody gonna intervene? When is somebody gonna stick up for these guys? Nobody sticks up for them. So when he comes out to Kyrie Irving, people are like, we ain't finna have this go down again. God, you can't just keep tearing down brothers. You know, you tried to do Kevin Durant. That didn't work. Tried to do Kyrie earlier when he wanted to leave LeBron and do his own thing. And he left. And all this. Why Kyrie Irving wants to leave? He came on your show. He fell for the BS. Just come sit down on the show. And that word, you can say what you want to say. And Kyrie sat there on your show. And he didn't even have to do that. He did that for y'all and spoke his mind. Now, he don't have to go on the show. He could do it from his house. But like I said, he is a company man. And when you're a company man, this is what you do. A company man only knows what's best for the company. Now, you can work at a company, but don't be a company man. Like me, I worked at a company, but I wasn't a company man. And that's why I was never made supervisor. Because they knew. They said, not you. And I'm like, whoa, why not me? And they was like, you are too pro-employee. You know, you go ride with the people. We need somebody that's going to ride with the company. And to be a supervisor, you have to ride with the company, no matter what. But even though you're an employee too, but you're a supervisor, don't matter. You got to see company first. And me, I'm going to see what's right. If the company wrong, I'll be like, well, hey, they wrong. So how are we going to change this? Because the employees got a point. Oh, they don't want that. And that's how Stephen A. feel. How dare you go against the company? They paying you money. But I know people like that. You know people like that. They do anything for the company. That brother that always go and tell on you to the boss. So the boss rubbed the back of his head like a lap dog. You got them dudes at your job. You didn't work with them. Same guy. And it never once crossed your mind, maybe I should go tell on the boss. You don't have that in your DNA. But the hypocritical thing is they do their dirt and then get mad at somebody else. Now, how they gonna do that? Well, I didn't delete you at all. I don't know what you said. Gonna play some John Madden football. We're gonna watch some H2O. Couldn't kick it with Crunchy Black now. I might beat Gavin in some 2K. Oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, what's going on?
With me. Hope's on the way.
This isn't the new one.
What happened?
Yeah, I know, because I'm looking at him. I'm like, well, what is he doing up and moving? Oh, no, I'm good.
They got war generals, philanthropists, big poets. They got money warners.
No, I'm good. I'm going to get a chair right here, because I need to be right here. Absolutely.
And this is our only claim to fame. Maybe you could explain to me what's so special about Judith Knight.
Maybe I'll say garlic twists.
As she sat combing her hair, unaware her 6-year-old brother crept in quietly with a kitchen knife.
You hadn't perceived